Hi, my name is Emmanuel Essien, your regular host, Hope for Your Tomorrow. It's such a good time to be alive in my country, Nigeria. So I'm talking to you now from Lagos, Nigeria, if you're watching me from outside of my country. A lot is going on right now in our nation. And I like what is going on because it's long overdue. There's a wave of change that is going on right now. And trust me, that change is not the change that the ruling class promised us. No. This change is one that is orchestrated by God and being carried out by the youths of my country, Nigeria. It's such a beautiful time to be alive. And truly, I believe that that real change for Nigeria has come. I believe there's hope for us in this nation. There's hope for our children. A lot is going on, and I want to lend my voice to the ongoing protests that is being carried out by the young people of Nigeria, demanding change in a lot of things going on in the country. And I'm going to be speaking on several issues that the youth are demanding for change. I'd like you to come along with me on this particular edition of Hope for Your Tomorrow. The first thing I want to talk about is the depravity of the Nigerian police. It's terrible. I saw a video of a lady who is like a hero right now in our country. Not who is like, she's a hero. Her name is Aisha Yusufu. She said in a particular place where they went for protest, I think in Abuja, that after the police had tried to disperse them using water, using tear gas, and I think they all left. And when they came back, she said many of their cars, that the tires were seriously punctured and torn with knives. That suggests viciousness to me. That has gone beyond wickedness. Now, the Nigerian police, I really don't know what to say, but this is a clear definition of depravity, where you come to the lowest class of moral absence. That is what is going on. And to an extent, they have their blame, and to an extent, they also don't have their blame. You see, because when frustration sets in to the life of a man, he begins to met out his frustration on people who don't deserve it. Because if you look at the training in the Nigerian police, there's something that needs to change in their training. And that has to do with something that is being injected into their minds during trainings. You hear a Nigerian police officer, you hear a mobile police officer, or even a soldier, you hear often in their language, they call the Nigerian civilians bloody civilians. You see, when that is injected into their system often, it makes them to think low of the civilian. It makes them think that the civilians are nothing. It makes them see themselves as higher than the civilians. I think that's where the problem is coming from. It's coming from their training. Another problem is you need to see where these people are trained. You need to see where they live. They have been deprived of so much. Deprived of good pay, deprived of good welfare, their children deprived of good education, they are deprived of the best things of life, and these are people who are paying the price for our security. Yet, they are being deprived of so much. And at the end of the day, they now turn their frustrations on the Nigerian citizens, especially the youths. You carry a laptop in Nigeria as a young person, is a problem. You hold a good phone, is a problem. You drive a good car, is a problem. They see you with money, that's the worst. All these are coming from somewhere. They are coming from their backgrounds. Because when someone is being subjected to the lowest level of life in his training, in his work, in his welfare, I mean, how can someone who is serving the state, who is serving the nation, use his own money to buy his uniform, use his own money to buy his shoe? I mean, and even in their several police stations, they source for funds to do office work. They source for funds even to buy fuel for their vehicles. This has got to end, because we, the citizens, are the ones paying the price for their frustrations. And that's the essence of the protest that is going on. If you're watching this video and you're a policeman, I want you to know that this ongoing protest will benefit you, will benefit your children, because we know what you are going through, and we don't like it either. And so we don't also like that you are now pouring the frustration on us. We are not the cause of it. There is a people responsible for this, and I'm going to talk about that too in this video. So please be patient with people, be patient with protesters. Don't go fighting them. They are fighting a cause that will benefit you and your children. Now, another thing that that the youth are fighting for is a restructure in the Nigerian police. How do you bring a man who is, permit me to use the name Adamu, and you bring him to Uyo to come and be commissioner of police? A man who knows nothing about the culture and the background of a people. Policing is supposed to be a community thing, it's supposed to be a state thing, that we know one another, because I can't trust you if I don't know you. I can't give you an information if I don't know you. And so if that is lacking, how are you going to police me? How are you going to police the people? So that's the kind of structure we have in Nigeria. We have a police that is under the federal government, that is under the president. And so they see themselves as not answerable to the people. I think that the name should be changed from Nigeria Police Force to Nigerian Police Service, so that these people can begin to have an understanding that they're actually serving people. Because if you go to their police stations, if you go to where they are, you need to see the arrogance with which they used to relate with people. They see themselves as so much bigger than you. They see themselves as you are under them. Something is missing, something is wrong in their training. They have been misinformed who they are. They have been misinformed what their job is. They have been misinformed of their social status. So they see the Nigerian people as under their authority. Just go to a police station now and say you want to see the DPO. You'll be shocked, you'll be amazed at the kind of response you will get from the other officers. Like, they don't know that the DPO is a public servant. They don't know that the commissioner of police of any state is a public servant. They don't know that even the IG is a public servant. That you have a right to go to the office of the IG to say you want to see him, as long as you know what you want to say to him. So I believe that restructuring should start from there. Let the name be changed. Let them know that their job is service, not oppressors, not masters. They are not masters over the people, but are the people's servants. Having said that, another thing I want to talk about that this protest seems to want to address is the recklessness of the political class. In my country, Nigeria, when you win an election, you need to see the kind of celebration, because it's as if you have won a jackpot. It's an open door to inexplainable prosperity. You have access to so much money that you are not accountable for. There's no accountability in Nigerian politics. So a politician has access to so much funds and has no accountability. In fact, if you ask too much question, you become a target. They see you as a problem. Why? It's a system that has been going on for long, and so they have taken it as a right. Once I'm a governor, once I'm a commissioner of any government parastatal, once I'm into a public office, it's my turn to chop. That's the language we use in Nigeria. It's my turn to chop. And so you see someone who is a councillor, within 2 months he has built a mansion. It's the recklessness of the political class in Nigeria. Even in the budget for next year, you need to see, I think about 125 billion or so was budgeted for less than 500 people. Far, far higher than education. Far, far higher than healthcare. I think about 40-something billion was budgeted for healthcare, 40-something billion budgeted for education. And this is for over 200 million people. And then over 100 billion budgeted for about 400 and something people. Can you see what's going on in Nigeria? They drive the biggest cars, they live in the biggest houses, they go in convoy, they drive bulletproof cars. That is what is going on. That's part of the things that the youth want to change. The financial recklessness of the political class in Nigeria is the highest in the world. And it's terrible. And I think the time for change has come. So that's one of the things that the youth are clamoring for in this ongoing protest. We can't continue like this. These people are people who enjoyed free education many years ago. The same people came now, destroyed the system, destroyed the free education, and today in Nigeria, parents are paying heavily for the education of their children. These are people who are grandfathers, who are fathers, but are not ashamed. They are eating away the future of their children and their grandchildren, and they are still happy to be doing it. They still want to remain to be doing it. They are shameless old men. And it's a pity. It's a pity. I grew up over the years to hear that the youth are the future, or they are the leaders of tomorrow. But it's not in Nigeria. In Nigeria, the grandfathers and the fathers, they want to remain leaders forever. And to make it worse, they're not effecting any positive change. They are just rolling in their corruption. They're not effective. And I wouldn't blame them. They're not readers. They're not reading. They're not implementing what they are seeing in other nations. I saw a video recently, if not the king of the United Arab Emirates, but I think he's one of the top leaders there. He said something. He said Nigeria has more oil than them. Nigeria probably discovered oil before them. He said Nigeria has a lot of other resources that they don't have. He said, yet they are doing far better than Nigeria. He said, why? He said, they have what Nigeria don't have. He said, they have the right leadership. And there's no better word to say more than that. They have the right leadership. He said, when you have the right leadership, you can have every other thing. All you need is just one resource, or maybe 2 or 3. But when you have the right leadership, you have everything. Another thing the youth want to change is a redress in the remuneration of the Nigerian police. I want to say this emphatically, that the political class in Nigeria is very wicked and very selfish. Get to find out what a policeman is paid, and get to find out what the average politician in Nigeria is paid. You will see the gap is annoying. What do they do? Those in the political class, what are they doing? Go and see what they are earning, and see what the average Nigerian policeman is being paid. The best way to describe that is wickedness and selfishness. Someone who is securing our lives, a people who are securing our lives, we pay them like common laborers. These are people who are supposed to be very well paid, their welfare very well taken care of. their children's education should be very, very important to the state. Yet, they seem to be the lowest paid. That's the reason why an average Nigerian policeman sees a young person with a good phone on the street and is angry. And he will say, I've been working for 15 years, working for 10 years, and I can't use this kind of phone. So why would you use this kind of phone? He's angry. So he pours his frustration on the young man or on the young woman. Like I said, it's not our fault. Hold your political class responsible. They are the ones that have destroyed this nation. And they don't want to leave. They still want to continue. They are the ones driving the kind of cars that they can't even work for. They are the ones buying all the big houses everywhere. And to make it worse, some of them don't even have any other thing doing. They're just purely into politics. Because there's too much and so much money, free money. Government will share allocation to states from oil resource, from taxpayers' money, share allocation to states. And so a lot of state governors are not even creative. All they do, they just wait for the allocation to come and they share money. That's what is going on in my country. That's why you see the youth rising up now. We want to rebuild our nation. We want a nation that our children will be proud of us tomorrow. We want a nation where we'll be happy to live in, not running abroad to go to school. Like the political class, that's what they are doing. They are sending their children to your country to come and school after they have destroyed the educational system in this country. So please send their children back to this country. Let their children come and suffer what others are suffering. Send their children back. They destroy the healthcare of this nation and they will run to your country to come and get good healthcare. Send them back. Reject them when they come. They have destroyed our nation for us. Now we want to take back our nation. Every young person in this world. Now look at what is going on. Look at the protest. So organized. And there's no one that is being said to be the leader of this protest. But the youths are so organized everywhere in the protest. I can see the political class being ashamed right now. Because they thought that the youth cannot do it. So when you see the youth out there, these are the things they are clamoring for. Another issue is there should be a serious cut down in the remuneration of the political class. They are being paid too much money. That's the reason why you see them fighting, doing everything to get into politics. Because there's too much free money in Nigerian politics. Too much free money. Let there be a serious cut down in the pay of the Nigerian senator, the Nigerian House of Rep member. Let there be a serious cut down in their pay. They are getting too much money. Too much money. So that's one of the things that the youth are clamoring for. And I'm part of it. It's causing so much anger among us. We can't enjoy our nation. We can't get anything from the government. We generate our power. We supply our water ourselves. We try to patch our roads ourselves. We try to fix our drainages ourselves. So what do we have the government for? The government does not owe me personally, but it is a responsibility for them to fix good roads. Let there be power for people to do business with. Let there be water supply. Let there be good road networks so that people can do business. Other nations can be interested in coming to Nigeria to do business. Not businesses packing up. Because what is supposed to be your profit, you are using to generate your power. So these are the things that the youth wants to end in Nigeria. Let the senators make sacrifices at this time. Let them come out willingly and say, this money I'm being paid is too much. This is what we are clamoring for in this nation. I believe there is hope for us as a people. There is hope for our children if we can begin to effect all of these changes. Just with this, starting from here, we are going somewhere as a people. We can't continue running abroad. We can't continue sending our children abroad for school, sending people abroad for healthcare. We have people who are smart in this nation. We have young people who are smart. We have young people in this nation who can build great applications. We have great medical doctors in this country. We have great engineers, young people, young smart minds in this nation. We have them. And we want them to have a good playing ground for them to do their work, for them to be effective, for their skill and their talent to speak. That's what we want. We don't want a system that will kill their talents, a system that will disable them from their expression. We don't want such a system anymore. We want things to change in this nation. And if you are watching me from outside of Nigeria, please join in this protest on social media platform, whatever way you can support the youth in this protest. I'm calling on you to do so, because the time has come for us to change. And I want to speak to you, Nigerian soldiers, Nigerian policemen, and every other force people. This is not the time to kill people. This is not the time to use force on anyone. This fight is for you. It is for your children. Your children will thank you tomorrow if you play the right part. My name is Emmanuel Essien. I'll see you again in our next video. I believe that there is hope for our nation. God bless you.